I want to go live while Dre is adjusting. His stream. Oh, man. Do. Hmm.
Can you hear me now?
Oh, yeah. Yeah. You got it. I'm looking at us on YouTube. I was just trying to change Zoom like that. So I need
Yeah, I just had to do it because I was doing it through the browser, and then I was just like, let me just download it, man, quick, dude. And so,
yeah. I guess when Dylan comes on, let's see if Dylan comes on, if we'll get all three showing on YouTube. What's up, Dylan?
You said when I came on, so I was like, hey, I'm here.
Okay. All right. I just want to see if the YouTube's gonna, I guess it should show us all three there. It's like that. Yeah, there we go. That's cool. So, well, just Dre, just saying that I was trying to what I'm going to do, and as soon as Cameron get here, if you just talked to him by any chance, here he comes.
Hey,
I knew the beast would be in. Someone here. So he's clean shaven. He's clean shaven.
finally,
Oh my God.
oh baby hip face.
Yeah.
Ooh, I had to have a drink to that. Lord knows I've been waiting.
Oh man. Oh, he's at state.
That's what it looks
Like he's at Hunt or something, right? Or some place.
Yes, I recognize that staircase. I'm sorry, if I recognize the staircase correctly, that would be Hunt.
Yeah, I would think so. Man, he look. I think I like the Harry.
No. Yeah. Tally. Sorry, Tally.
You know,
I'm here.
Yeah, I think I like the Wolverine bearded, kind of camera.
Yeah, but things change.
Nah,
I'm
glad
right.
you got it.
I'm in front of Tally right now.
Yeah. So,
oh, right.
All right.
How you doing, Dre? I like the long hair.
Thank
it
you.
looks good.
Uh-huh.
Wait, Grayson, where are you right now?
I'm in Raleigh.
Are you going to be in Raleigh tomorrow?
I'm not entirely certain why.
The improv show is tomorrow. You should come.
Why are you still trying to bait me on coming to this improv?
Because I'm still in them. I'm still going to them. I'm still participating. Still performing.
That's good.
Joe, Deshaun, Omar, and Taha are going to all be there.
Who?
Joe, Omar, Deshaun, and Taha. They're all going to be in
the damn. Yep. Okay, now I might actually
Joe, Deshaun, and I don't like Omar, as you know.
Mm-hmm.
So
man. What's your beef with Omar? Well, I don't like Omar either. I'm mad at that man right now.
It's just a running joke. What time?
It's at 7.
All right. So
at Lamp Drive building, room 434.
Okay. All right. You just said what time? I was looking at something else. What time?
7 o'clock. 7
o'clock. It's kind of late for me.
It's gonna be a lot of fun.
So we got a couple of people on there. I always say this because I totally sent it out to all the grades and things of that nature. I said like that, so in there. Somebody says, Mr. Price, have you ever thought about playing Apex Legends? I haven't. The thing is, I told her I haven't played a video game since 1992 at Pontillo's Pizza, Mortal Kombat.
You know how many games you have missed out on, Mr.
I have missed out everything, Dre. I missed out
so many good games that you have missed out on. Just the evolution alone.
Let me tell you, Dre, how old and dated I am. When I tell the kids in class about video games, I go like this, like a joystick. Instead of doing this like that, so I'm
get always, a PS5, get like Elden Ring, play some Fortnite.
Yeah, so
those were the days though, because I had joystick games. Those were the days. I'm not gonna go back to that when I got a whole PS4 controller, PS5 controller, Xbox controller in my hand. I'm not those days were fun. I'm not going back.
Yeah.
Not going back.
Cameron, did you say you had the tally or the hunt?
So I'm at tally right now.
Okay, all right. That's what somebody was asking. Okay, like that. So I'm gonna say about another minute. So what I'm going to do is that like it's been a long time, everybody, a long time. And I said this was out of the pandemic, edition here. It's been since March, So I'm just looking at like, what people are saying. So we're gonna go down the list of movies, all right? And you give, and I'll try to go somewhat chronologically since last summer. You give the number. Look at Dre. He's thinking like, oh man, here comes Dark Phoenix. You give the number and a brief thing why you give it that number. Okay. Don't be influenced by my correct numbers.
Okay. Well, I'll try not to be.
Do not be influenced by my correct numbers on here. So, and I'll just say this, and I'll go across and on there. All right. Here we go. Black Widow.
Wait, sorry,
What?
numbers. What's the scale? Is this out of
1 to
5 or out of-
10.
1 to 10. Okay.
And then if you didn't see it, like, I didn't see it, but it seemed like, I, plan on seeing it, something like that, or you tuned out, or you're like, I bet you skipped it on here. Okay. The much criticized, maybe criticized because of the Taskmaster, the Black Widow. I give it a 7. I enjoyed it. It was like some action like that. So I enjoyed what you call from Stranger Things, like again in the Black Widow family. I get 7 to me is always very good. Hit it. Who wants to go next?
Okay.
Great.
Give it a 6. 6.
Okay. All right. Incorrect, but I know that's why you want to give it a 6 there. So like that, So what's your criticism?
The placement of the movie in general bothers me because if we should have been got a Black Widow movie, and quite frankly, we should have got something related to her because it takes place. We get this movie after we already know she's dead, so that's a strike for me. Honestly, the action was pretty cool. I guess the story was all right. I mean, her busting out her, surrogate father so they could go fight more Russian people so they could free the Black Widows. And I mean, that was just a little like, why? You could have done so many more things. Taskmaster being the villain isn't necessarily the gripe I have with it. My gripe is that he's nothing like his comic book counterpart. It's nothing like the comic book counterpart at all. Like he's basically they did to Taskmaster what they did to Deadpool in X-Men Origins Wolverine. Like they
good point.
All personality and just made it a drone, basically. A drone that you could just aim at somebody and do whatever you need to do. Like that was just sort of lame to me. There was no back and forth. There was there's a personal connection, but I mean, it wasn't that deep. Like,
I have to say that the Taskmaster, if you go back a little bit, probably a lot of people didn't repeat and watch it again. But if you go back to Taskmaster and Black Widow fights, I thought were pretty good because
they were cold, but they didn't carry no weight to them because it was like,
that's fair.
Again, it was just sort of a weapon you pointed at Black Widow because you needed her to fight something. That's it.
But there was that bit when he was on the bridge in the beginning and he was like swinging around like Spider-Man. That was cool. That was hype.
Yeah.
Oh goodness, that's what I loved was every moment getting to figure out. Oh, that's using Hawkeye. Those are Black Panther claws.
He like throws the shield like Captain America.
Yes.
Cool. Whatever.
Yeah.
That was cool. So sorry. Like again, I thought that was
cool.
little
like throwaway moments so you could be like, oh yeah, we did see some great things back in the day when Marvel was at its prime.
Okay.
I thought it was I said I think it's very good and solid. Like I said, I'm correct. Dre, you're not correct, but I mean, that's fine like that. So you had some good criticisms on there. So but I was that gas stuff to deprogram, that's pretty
again weird. Like what?
But when she like slammed her face on the table to like break the nose so she could like attack him, that was cool.
Yeah, that was too like that.
And when she fought all the Black Widows too.
That too.
Got jumped. She literally got jumped.
Yeah.
Oh, I think the Black Widow thing, it was also very one at a time sort of thing. Like, it wasn't
Yeah.
especially they were all attacking her at once. They had to make it so that she actually had a chance, and there was some fighting going on there.
Mhm.
Keep on saying like she's dead is inconsequential like that. I don't know why. Why can't they just can we just go back in time?
And I feel like it still does enough to like expand the world with like, because I really like the family with like
Me too.
Yeah.
David
I love
Harbour's
the-
great as the dad, and I think Florence Pugh is great as the sister. Like I hope they're
Yes.
both in a lot more stuff.
Yeah, that's
Going
all I like.
forward.
So I don't like that. Dylan, what number would you give it?
I keep on trying to say 8, but I just can't.
You can. Don't worry about Dre because he's
Hurt
he
your
you know
feelings.
he's a hater.
You know it's
I
true. It's not.
He's a hater.
I'm gonna give it a 7.5 just because I don't want people to say that I'm copying you.
Hmm.
I
Like that.
I
give-
like okay. There was not enough spy stuff. Her whole thing is that she's the super spy. They should have been focusing on what made her unique. They had too many elements that made it too generalized, too much like any other superhero movie. Yes, I love the family, but again, that's more shifting focus away from her and her doing spy stuff. Taskmaster, my issue. I was okay with the drone not having personality, all of that, as long as they kept the essence of what was cool about Taskmaster, which I would say is 2 points. Copying the other abilities, which they definitely had that. There was a lot of cool copying abilities. But the other key thing is the really cool way you figure out how to defeat Taskmaster, which you somehow use his powers against him or work around his powers or her powers. Like I should be saying like she and her, since in this case was female, but
Yeah.
they completely ruined that.
Yes.
There was the what I forgot what she did, hit her on the neck or whatever at the end, or did the gas, whatever it was, and all of a sudden it's over. I'm like, no, that's the whole point of having Taskmaster is the cool moment when they figure out how to work around Taskmaster.
That see,
Yeah.
you know what? You're a better writer. Seriously, like that right there. I'll still give it a 7, but that's good. Dre.
One thing, they
Yeah.
you know how Hawkeye and her always talk about Budapest
Mhm.
Yes.
and how awesome it sounded. I wish
Yeah.
I would have saw that. I wanted to
Yeah.
see a whole movie about that. How they had to hide in the air ducts because they was on the run. That sounds way cooler than the movie I got.
I kind of like this. I like this. I kind of like.
like
Yeah, I like this Hawkeye Black Widow movie premise, like something like that. That's actually sound cool, like that, because they're more like buddies, like that,
Yeah.
instead of like her and the Hulk, kind of like I don't know,
Ooh.
something might have been
Yeah.
going on there, so like that. But I would more like it like Hawkeye looking out for her and she's looking out for him. That would
Like a
make-
buddy cop sort of thing.
right? Exactly. So Cameron, real quick, what? Thanks.
sorry.
Oh, Dylan, go ahead. I'm sorry.
I'm sorry, I just realized that I gave it a higher ranking than you, but then only said bad things. I love the humor in it.
Mhm.
I love how they brought back the face switching stuff, like the face switching and then breaking nose. That was amazing spy stuff. If they had more of that throughout, and it was less about bringing the family together, I think it could have been a stronger movie. But again, there was still a lot of really cool stuff that I liked.
All right. Cool.
Sorry,
Cool.
Cameron, please continue.
Yeah, Cameron.
I would like to be right, so I'm going to give it a 7.
Okay,
think
yeah, you are
over-
correct.
Yeah.
Dylan is correct. Dre is wrong.
I think
That's it.
overall it was good. I feel like the third act was kind of weak in terms of like I wasn't a big fan of like the main villain. Thought he was a bit too just like, oh, I'm just like a generic Russian guy, rather than like a big. I would have preferred like a crazy comic book villain versus oh, I'm literally just a dude.
Yeah,
Yeah,
yeah.
but
I mean, this is a strong point in Spider-Man and the Batman movies. It's
Mhm.
cool villains like that. That's the thing is about that. So that's what makes those.
Mhm.
All right.
but shout out to Yelena. She was great.
Oh yeah,
so
yeah,
funny.
yeah.
Elena
she
was a fan favorite.
a little bit heavy on the accent. There,
Yeah.
though. I know-
Yeah,
I
we
get that
definitely need to do
kinda-
like the Scarlet Witch thing, where like the next movie she just doesn't have it.
Right. That's the thing. Yeah. So what about Shang-Chi? Here's the thing is I like the first and second act. I got a little bit kind of once they went into the dragons and fighting and all that, and I was like, and what am I watching? I felt like I was at a casino game or something like that. And everything was more like dragon. I don't know if anybody gets that reference. That's how old I am. But That's the only thing I lost. Good fight scenes, but like it kind of lost. I'm telling you, I hate to do this, and don't want to do that. I can't believe it. I think I have to give it like a 6.5 below Black Widow.
Wow.
That's pretty unbelievable.
Say a 6. I despise you.
Dre,
So
go
you
ahead
look
because I know you're all mad and stuff like that and everything like that. So go ahead, Shang-Chi.
Shang-Chi, to me, this is a literal, probably the one time I'm actually gonna disagree. Well, not the only time I'm gonna disagree with you, but as far as giving it a high ranking, I give it a 7. Because I mean, the only thing I really would not like about it was the third act, like you said, because the dragons and stuff. The fight scenes were amazing. The cinematography was good. The dialogue wasn't, too heavy-handed with the jokes and the Marvel cringe, So yeah, no, again, the only gripe I really have is the third act. I really wanted him and his dad to really settle that fight, and then he had to
eat the dragon.
The dad, Leon, you know his name?
Yeah.
I actually like, I just want to see him probably. I say I can almost probably just see him working his organization or whatever. Like I wish they had almost just him. And I do want to, because he's got the rings and they're doing this. I thought a more climatic, like, individual fight between those two. I think you're dead on, Dre. And I don't mind you like saying like pushing up to a 7. I think you're right. Dylan?
See, I think it's a 6.
Once again,
what I liked about Shang-Chi was how much potential it had, how cool it could have been. Again, the father villain had a lot of potential, but that just kind of petered out at the end. I loved getting to see the rings in action, all the cool martial art fights. But then you got Shang-Chi himself, where it's just, he's kind of being towed along for the action. He doesn't, I don't know, have anything in of himself that makes him interesting or valuable. He's just sort of there. And again, everything just devolves into, well, okay, I do say devolves. The 10 rings were underwhelming. It was just a group of grunts in the final battle. I was very disappointed by that. I did like the scales and the scale weaponry stuff. That was all really cool. And honestly, I really liked the fight against the dragon. The rings, can you see their full potential? I think that was kind of cool, but I don't know. I feel like I can't quite put my finger on what I felt was wrong about the movie.
Right.
But I just felt like something was missing a lot of the time that I was watching it.
Yeah, I'm so disappointed because Kung Fu and like again, Marvel like that. So like that, a little bit underwhelmed. I think maybe that's why Dre likes to get in there, that I kind of just ranked it below a 7 myself. What do you think, Cameron?
I would also give this one a 7. I
There
thought
you
it
go,
was
Dre.
it was fun. It was entertaining. I thought the dad was great. I think he's like a top 5 Marvel villain for me because he was just really well acted. I thought his whole storyline was great.
Yes, I like that too.
Yeah, but yeah, I do agree. I wish like the final fight was just him and Shang-Chi going at it rather than this big CGI dragon thing.
Yeah,
which was kind of underwhelming.
Yeah.
Also, shout out to Ben Kingsley. Funniest part of the movie. He was so great.
Yeah, I thought that was
bringing him back was a great choice.
Yeah, that was. It kind of wrapped that up. Again, like that, on Iron Man, select that on there. So that was really cool. All right, so here's the one that
this might be divisive.
No, this is the one that's going to get people, like saying right here, because I know this is because people like, the Eternals, like that on here. Oh, you still get Dre. Okay, so I can already tell. I'm gonna me like that. I get into the drama, the history. I like the world history. I like all the different, going around the world, the civilizations on there. Man, that bonus scene, boy. Oh God,
Harry Styles,
huh?
Harry Styles.
Yeah. With Pep, I was like, that was pretty bad. But I'm gonna give the Eternals a 7. That's right. I'm gonna give it a 7. I know that's kind of like, again, pretty controversial, but I'll give it and I said because I enjoyed the action. I enjoyed there's some I thought the Black Knight stuff was forced. I was like, I don't think that was necessary. Kind of like the magnitude of the Celestials, are kind of like the climax when it's trying to the one that's trying to break through Earth or whatever, stuff like that. Out of there that would destroy it. But I was fairly entertained once again on here, so I liked it a lot. What do you think, Dre?
I'm not gonna speak on it because I didn't see it.
Okay, all right. I thought you were gonna that was
Gonna
like
go off on it.
I don't think a lot of people
Yeah.
enjoyed it as much as Shang-Chi, or they liked it just as much as Black Widow. That's what the consensus I got in my circles in there. What do you think, Dylan?
I think. Okay. I loved the uniqueness of the powers. I loved the different characters and dynamics in the group. I liked the overall flow of the movie. I don't know. I generally really liked Eternals, but I did feel like the ending was kind of cheapened. That at the end it was just, oh, the Celestial gives us all a power boost, and suddenly I have now the power to do it. It's like they didn't really accomplish anything. The Celestial would have given them the power boost anyways. It was really just that they had decided we're gonna try to kill it. That was the only thing that they had really needed to do. And it made all the third act stuff feel kind of empty. I love the action. I loved the characters, the growth throughout the movie. I don't know. I really liked it. I think I would give it 7.5 again. I'll go with 7.5.
Wow, that's pretty cool. Like that and everything. What do you think, Cameron?
Yeah, I'm gonna give this one an 8.
Wow, I'm so impressed. That's why I look up to you and look down on Dre. So
Exactly. I really enjoyed it. I think it is definitely like the best looking Marvel movie. Because with all the space stuff with the Celestials, just like the scope of all of them, so impressive. And I just feel like it's just the action is shot really well. And I think Icarus is a fantastic character. One of my favorite MCU characters, overall. I think his performance is great. His power set is great. He's basically just Superman, which is awesome.
Yeah, evil Superman.
Exactly. Yeah. And I thought he was great. I feel like this movie had a lot of really interesting ideas, with them being so present throughout all of human history. And
yes,
yeah, they had a lot of stuff going for it compared to just the average Marvel movie.
Yeah. Just to correct anybody that's out here, again in here, our 3 or 4 viewers here like that. Dre is actually more correct than me, because again, I'm a fan of Dark Phoenix, not a big fan, but I actually liked it like that. And Dre, was more. He's more probably correct about that.
Yeah, because Dark Phoenix is awful.
And I'm
you see,
single time you bring that movie up. No,
I like the fight scenes.
Okay, the scene on the train was cool. I'll give you that.
That's what I'm saying. So, and I guess because everybody really talked bad about it,
You just want to be a contrarian.
Probably so, maybe like that. I don't know. I was trying, but once I saw it again, I kept on saying, "Dang, man, Dre makes a lot of good points." Yeah. He made a lot of good points. Oh, just one that's not a superhero that I'm really, and I'm telling you, people, I know Cameron's gonna be surprised at this, probably like this. Dune, I'm giving a 5. I'm giving a 5.
Whoa!
I cannot believe I was so really underwhelmed. I'm getting kind of I don't like this trade politics. It didn't work in the prequels.
All the spice.
Yeah, no, I didn't like, and the stupid worms getting on always.
They're stupid.
Yes, they're stupid.
They're sandwalking and stuff.
Kill those worms. Just blow them up. Don't they have some?
Wait, Dre, you don't like Dune either?
I want to hear why.
I gotta agree with Price, man. I fell asleep during that movie, man. It was very much so one of them slow paced, very much so a setup movie. It was not
thinking man's movie, Dre.
It's a setup movie that's super boring.
It's a dead man.
Cameron, come on now. You know I don't go to movies just to see guns blazing. I got to see a bunch of action every time. I can go through a movie where everybody just sits there and talks or has just looks and no dialogue exchange. I can sit there and see movies like that. Dune was just not one of them movies I could just sit through and actually pay attention to the whole way. I was so bored. I was so bored.
I can't. like what you call Vanu, the kid. I want to slap you, like again, like that and everything like that. You know, the only thing that was pretty good, Cameron, to me was like, ooh, George Lucas did borrow a lot of stuff.
Oh yeah, a lot of Star Wars stuff in there.
George Lucas, ooh, like
I could barely hear anybody either. That's the sad part. I'm like, I can't hear. They were
the
all
sound
talking
mixing
so
was a
low.
little, yeah,
right. But and then like, oh, he said, oh, instead of the spice, I'll use the force and all this kind of, I mean, or that talk or whatever and stuff like
yeah,
that. You know?
like the Benny Gesserit and all that.
Right,
Like, Jabba the Hutt
exactly.
looking dude. I'm like,
Yes. Oh my God. Well, just the whole thing like being on a sand planet. It's like very on the nose.
Lucas really, I'm like, oh my God, you're not as original.
before.
Yeah.
It's not a coincidence.
Yeah, but he had a good imagination, I guess, and built on. So I'll excuse him for that. I'll give him a pass on that one. But I mean, but he definitely borrowed from that heavily. I think Cameron, so much. This movie to me was such a disappointment. Made me appreciate the old one for its campiness and its entertainment with Sting and the guy flying around and floating around and laughing and being maniacal. I'm telling you, I'm so surprised, Dre, that like I'm like I thought it was. I was like, oh man, trade politics, like again, everything like that. Did Jedi are coming here? It's like, I didn't know they were going to send Jedi like this. I felt like that was coming up next or something like that. You know, Dylan, did you see Dylan? Go ahead and correct us.
I don't know what you have against. I still understand your complaint against it. I really liked it.
To me, it was very like, I'm like Dre, it dragged to me. And I can get into dialogue, but again,
it is a slow movie.
Yeah, am I right? I'm just saying. And it just didn't keep that pacing on here like that, you know. So I was like, you know what? I'm kind of fed up almost in a way like that, you know. So and I know the special effects like that, like, oh, okay, the ships, the guys floating down, and I don't know, like that. But I mean, it wasn't. I mean, nothing like I haven't seen, you know, someplace else. So that's my kind of like, I thought I wanted to like the movie. I was like, oh, I thought myself this was going to be my 8 or 9 or maybe even higher like that. I was like, I can't believe it. I feel bad. I hate it.
Yeah.
I tell you the truth. I do feel bad. I hate it, you know, and it's not like I real hate it, but I just like, I don't like it. Okay.
It did look good though. Like the
cinematography, incredible.
Good looking movie.
Because they actually like went out to Jordan and like shot on location for a lot of it rather than just like being in a studio, like on a green screen.
But it literally, this movie is low key like it's the definition of all flash, no substance. Like it looks great. It's just nothing to it.
Well, you know, there's the whole, you know, I do feel like what this movie struggles with is that it is half a movie. Because like it is just like, it's not even, it's like the first like 200 pages of the book. There's still like all the other stuff he has to go through, which is like,
it's very much so a setup movie.
Yeah, it is like, it's like the inciting incident, and that's like pretty much it.
I don't know. Maybe the kid.
But I love Jason Momoa. He was great.
Jason Momoa, look.
Yeah, he always fills the show. I mean,
you know what?
He was so good.
Yeah, kill the kid and just have Jason Momoa kind of be the rebellion or whatever.
Dude, I care more about him than I actually did the kid.
Duncan Idaho, what a guy.
Thank you. That's the only thing is, and I'm just, and it may not be him, the actor, just the writing and the setup and the dialogue.
How charismatic he was. He was always a charm. He's just charming, right? Like the kid, he was just like, and, okay. And so, like, you know, he was just so he was very much, he was a side character in his own.
So Drake could be correct at times. I'll just say this right now. So but Cameron, what number would you give it though? Like again, because I think you really liked it. And
honestly, I probably would give it a 10. I think it's it's like top 3 movies of last year. I just thought like it is probably like one of my favorite like cinematic experiences in a theater I've ever had. Because like just the score is incredible. It's just so loud and it looks beautiful. And just like I like weird sci-fi stuff like that.
Cameron, I didn't know who you were.
Not surprised.
You were a clout chaser, but I know this.
I'm a clout chaser. You know what? Maybe I
know this is genuinely what you think, but because if I didn't know you, I'd really say you're a clout chaser with that story. That's okay.
I'm gonna have to give it an 8.
That's good.
because I like it. It wasn't my kind of movie, but I still really liked how much depth. I feel like there was a lot of depth. My
Oh,
opinion.
yeah, there was.
Yeah. I think that it just. I agree. It was half of a movie, and at a slow point, but I felt like the pacing was very constant, in my opinion. I felt like there was just so much in what they were saying that even the slower dialogue was still engaging for me.
Desert Power.
Desert Power, yes.
Yeah, but I mean, I don't know. I don't even know how that planet works with all those giant worms there and stuff like that. And I don't know.
So what were the multiple cuts to Zendaya? It's just like,
Yeah, she was barely in the movie. That was
I'm
surprising.
like, why do y'all keep doing this? She doesn't even talk.
that was a Zelda movie for sure. Like
That was
maybe
purely
it's
just
not for the
to get
next one
people
too.
to
Yeah,
come.
imagine she's gonna be in the next one. Also.
Next one, she's gonna be a main player because
Mhm.
they're gonna start riding the worms and all that
Mhm.
kind of stuff and using it against the whatever.
The Harkonnen.
Somebody said it in chat very much like that. I don't remember any of the names and stuff like that. Nothing just kind of like stands out.
The dude's name was Paul.
Oh, thank you, fanboy.
Yeah.
Like sitting there
Oh,
doing
okay.
that,
Okay.
you know. I know you're like, oh man, this
Can we
is like,
take Can we take a moment to appreciate the spit scene?
When he spat on the table.
Yes.
Oh, okay, all right,
That was
all right.
funny.
That
okay.
was amazing.
That was good. That was good. That was good. So like that.
Funniest scene in the whole movie. And it was
Yeah.
just so out of the blue. I just love that.
Yeah. See, Dylan, you brought up a good point. I think this is probably two camps of people. I think the people who thought the pacing was good, or you can see that you thought the pacing was not as good. I think that's probably maybe the dividing line right there. And I think me and Dre kind of like, I can't believe I said, oh, I'm telling you, when I was like, I know I'm going to enjoy this movie because like Cameron, the Stinking Man's, it's got nice sci-fi. And I was like, I felt bad. I didn't like it. Oh, man. So now let's get to the big dog, I guess. No Way Home. Let's get to the big dog, the one that's making all the money, and all the Spider-Man, and everybody loves. Don't worry, I'm not going to give it a 6. I'm going to give it a 6, but I'm trying. Good movie. Wish I could see more of the Green Goblin. All right, like that. Less of Electro. Nice to see the Spider-Man. Nice, pretty good. I have a few problems with some of the Tom Holland is like, we gotta save these guys.
Okay, first,
I'll say that. I'll give you time. Murders people like that on there, and solid movie for me, but still my third favorite Spider-Man. All right, again, I go Spider-Man 2 again. Into the Spider-Verse, and then No Way Home. Okay,
that's a solid rank. I can't disagree.
Yeah, but I'll give it an 8. I'll give it an 8. Okay, like that, like that. So that it might sound like here he goes again like that, but I'll give it an 8 though, like that for running in there. So Dre, why is it so great?
It's so great because even without Toby and Andrew, it was just. I don't know. It just kept tugging at my heartstrings. I just. But then again, I have a special attachment to that character.
What character?
Spider-Man has been my dog since I was a kid. I played the games. I had the pajamas. I had this man painted on my wall. There's a special place in my heart for Spider-Man. So when I saw him get his third first time ever get his third solid good movie, no skips. This man has no skips. Tom Holland has no skips on this Spider-Man films.
I was underwhelmed by Mysterio on one like that. Now I tell you true like that. So they actually like this Spider-Man definitely much better like that and everything. So but just had a few things going along with that kind of twitched about. But I think Dre, I think you hit the heart of it. Kids growing up love Spider-Man. Like that, and I just saying, and you start identifying, and that's why I think it's always going to be a somewhat of a moneymaker. There might be some bad movies, but I think keep on with Spider-Man in some kind of realm or some kind of environment or different lights again in there. So I think they'll always be somewhat popular. So Dre, what are you gonna give it, a 9?
I'm gonna give it a 9, but let me address my gripes with it because there's a lot of stuff I did like about it. I like Toby, I like Andrew coming back, to give their characters some closure. But the things I didn't necessarily like, Jamie Foxx just acted like Jamie Foxx. He didn't really act.
But here's
Like
the thing:
Electro.
better than he was in Amazing Spider-Man 2.
I mean,
I'll
he
give him
looked
that.
way better. Yeah, they definitely gave him a makeover, like Dr. Connor said. Lord knows, but they gave him a makeover. I also didn't like the lizard because you could just tell he just didn't. You could tell the actor did not just want to be there because he stayed in CGI the whole time, just like Thomas Hayden Church. You could tell that Thomas Hayden Church did not want to be there. Like he wanted to get a check and go on about his business. He did not care about that movie. He said, let me get this bag real quick. Let me, scoot out of here. If it make money, if it don't, it don't. But but definitely the villain highlights were definitely Green Goblin and Doc Ock, because you could tell they loved being back. You could just tell
they brought the heat. Yeah.
Here's the thing is, what I loved about it and everything and stuff, like the Green Goblin is that, like, what you call plays Green Goblin,
Willem Dafoe.
Yeah, William Dafoe. I think he just outshined everybody. Like, I like Doc Ock too. Like, what you call it? Dre is so right and everything like that. Man, they can have such good villains, and I'm telling you, it's true. I maybe with William Dafoe, whether it be an hour a series, I would love to see him get like a whole hour or hour and a half just fighting Spider-Man and just maybe focusing a little bit more on him, a little bit like that, because I thought he was so interesting. And Doc Ock is solid. Like, again, like that. Octavius, what you call, he looks like a scientist, this kind of like conflicted, and he's kind of like with the CGI, so kind of a cool kind of action character too as well in the movies. You're totally right, Dre. All right, what do you think, Dylan?
Did you ever get to say his number?
Oh, yeah, it's a 9. It's a 9.
He said 9, yeah. This is all. I can understand that for sure. Yeah.
So I want to start out with my top 3 Spider-Man films, like you had done. I want to say number 1 is tied between Into the Spider-Verse and Far From Home. Far From Home, I think, was just... Sorry, No Way Home. Goodness, I said it wrong. No Way Home.
Yeah.
Tied with No Way Home. They were both amazing films. I can't praise them enough. And then third place for me, I just want to give my opinion. I watched several of the Spider-Man films coming up to this because I hadn't seen most of them actually.
Yes, yeah.
My third is Amazing Spider-Man. You guys can hate me for it, but I think it is an amazing setup for Spider-Man. I know that a lot of people dislike it, but I really enjoyed it, and I just wanted to put that out there.
I don't know why I don't like Amazing Spider-Man. Kind of like the dynamic between Garfield and Gwen, like something like that. I kind of like that. I don't know why it underwhelms me. I don't
like
know
they're both
it
good. It's just like the story is bad, especially in the second.
The dialogue is bad. Also, the fact that, like, you can tell their chemistry is natural in those movies.
Yes,
but it's like no one wants to see that for the entirety of the movie. We already had to see Peter and MJ. We don't want to keep. Now we want to see Peter and no one want to see all that. We want to see Spider-Man do Spider-Man stuff, not him toggle back and forth. Like, no.
Yeah, Cameron. Oh, Dylan, you could probably give it a 10, right? What do you think?
Oh, well, what I was going to say, I want to give it a 10, but it was one person short of a Sinister 6, so it's getting a 9.
So
otherwise, perfect movie. Amazing. How it made the entire trilogy of Spider-Man just turn into setup for him to actually be Spider-Man. The whole thing became an origin story by what they did with that. I think the Aunt May stuff was amazing. I have so much good stuff to say. I'm just gonna pass it along.
Yeah. Explain to me, all three of you, why would Doctor Strange just be like, okay, I'll do this?
Because he's cocky.
He's a cocky idiot. That was the whole thing in the first movie.
He texts the drive. He would do something like this.
This is pretty like, because what you call told him and said, look, you shouldn't be doing any of this. I know he kind of said in a flippant way, like he wasn't too serious. This is big. You're changing everybody's, like changing how people like wiping everybody's, memory or something. And that's a lot of power too. I just think that it's almost like, dang, is this something going on? Like when we get to Doctor Strange and the Multiverse of Madness, is he kind of getting to that point where he is becoming the, that kind of like dark Strange, the one that like in What If or something like that?
That's what I wanted to say is that Multiverse of Madness, from the trailer, it looks like he's getting consequences for his actions in this.
Finally.
So I think that's where we will see growth in that regard.
Right. That's what I was thinking. Because I said, like, why would he just be so like, you would think he'd be a little bit more rational. Like in that way, it's like, oh yeah, I'll just go ahead and do this, So I just that's why I was a little bit like, concerned about like again in there like that. And there are a few other things too, like that, as well. So, but it was definitely like a a good. I definitely would understand why people would give it like a 9 or 10. There's no way I'd be poo-pooing that because it's entertaining. It's a classic Spider-Man movie like that, So, but I was just, and then he's going to send these people back though into their deaths, right? And then a couple of them are going to die, like Goblin and Doc Ock.
And Goblin kind of them die. If he don't die, he gonna be.
They're not really rehabilitated. They kind of go back and they're gonna.
But if the Spider-Man go back at the same time, maybe they'll be okay. That part, like sending them back fixed, was a weird thing because I would have liked to see like in the epilogue maybe like Tobey Maguire and Tom or Andrew Garfield like in their universes and like seeing what does like with these villains who are like now rehabilitated.
Right. That's what I was saying to like again on there. So what do you think, Cameron? As you're like getting charged up.
Yeah, my computer was about to die.
Yeah, I know.
I would give it an 8 out of 10. I thought Tom Holland was great. I think I think I didn't like the Amazing Spider-Man movies, but I thought Andrew Garfield was the best part about this movie. I thought he was great. Him saving MJ was awesome. What a great scene.
I'm glad they put that in there, and it is kind of redeeming that he needed that. Yeah. And everybody was like clapping. And every time I was at the theater, like, shut up. I can't hear anything already. I'm old. Like that, So because and then everybody's, clapping like, oh man. That was good. That was good.
I love the Daredevil cameo. I thought that was awesome.
I thought that was great. I want to see more of that. I definitely want to see because I kind of like, Daredevil. Like I know maybe there's like a season this week, but I'm Daredevil Netflix.
Yeah, great show.
Well, it's one of my favorites going on too.
Yeah, exactly like that. So I thought that was real good. So yeah, Cameron, I believe that too. So what's your rank again? What's your top 3 Spider-Man?
I would probably say Into the Spider-Verse, Homecoming, and then No Way Home.
Homecoming.
Yeah.
Oh, that's the Vulture, right?
Mm-hmm.
Oh, Michael Keaton was great.
I feel like, one thing with Dylan's point, it is weird that there was only 5 of them. Because, like, I guess it didn't. I thought the Venom post-credit scene was kind of weird. How he was just like in New York, or he was in like Mexico, just chilling the entire time. And it's like, okay, but I think it would have been cool to have like a villain from the like Tom Holland's universe with them to make it the full Sinister Six. Like put in like a Scorpion or bring back Mysterio or something.
So I saw there was something the director, somebody said, it turns out Venom was supposed to be the 6th member, but they couldn't figure out how to put him into the story. So they just kind of tossed him into a post-credit scene.
Yeah.
I guess that makes sense. Because it's one of the things where like if he fights Venom, there's no way he could like get the symbiote suit after. Because I feel like that just really wouldn't make sense story-wise.
Yeah.
Right. That does make sense. So like that. So, but it's a good movie. Like again, and I'm glad I know it's making a ton of money like that on there. So pretty cool. So very, very good. This is why I like doing this. I love discussing because I think all 3 of you have something very, very like good to say and good points. So I said, I didn't think of that. I said, yeah, you're right about that. So I love getting different opinions. This is why I like doing this show. I say I don't care. 1 listener, negative listeners. I say kids is like, why you like do this? I'm like, because I just like hearing you guys' opinions, on this thing. What's the next big one here? Hey, how many? Dre, did you see the Batman?
You already know. I saw it.
Can you guys just message me when you guys are done talking? I
for sure.
My computer
For sure.
And I will
Yeah, and we'll try not to be because I know some people I will try to be as general as possible.
No spoilers. Yeah,
right. Exactly.
No, I'm saying I can just step out if you guys want to. Oh, sorry, for the listeners as well. You're saying?
No, yeah. But I'm just saying you don't have to if you don't want to, unless you, like again, if you don't want to. I mean, I don't think we're going to get into too.
Okay.
No, we're not. I'm not going to get into.
I don't think because here's the thing is, I tell you the truth. Okay, I really love this. I really made me question my Dark Knight love. Made me question. You know what I mean? I got like that's how good I thought Dylan this was like that. Now used to be one of my best beginnings of a superhero movie was The Watchmen, like that, you know. I just thought that was just a great, because that montage and stuff like that and everything on there.
Bob Dylan and all that.
Yes, but I'm telling you, Dre, telling you, Cameron, you talking about growing up. When you look in those comic books and you like again, and the way they used to draw them back in the old days, again, you know, they're always the gangsters and the ties and the fedora hats. And next thing you know, somebody's crashed through the window and they go, the Batman. You get it? This made me feel that way at the beginning, but in a so much better way. Like again, in that way, because people were freaking out. And you didn't even have to see them. You'll see them. This is not giving any small. Just anticipate, just like if you see it at the beginning. I loved that beginning. All right. Love the villains, love the mystery, love the emo Batman. Yes, so sorry. I say a more younger, vigorous Batman. Like to say, I think even I'm an old fart, but I can say, like, I kind of like this. He's not some no offense against Michael Keaton. Or Fleck, like saying those guys. but I really did like again, Patterson's take on. I know he's Twilight boy, but he was good on there. So I give it like a 9.5, and I question my Dark Knight love. I question my Dark Knight love about this, because this is probably the Batman that I think everybody wanted to kind of see in a way. And plus, and again, what you're going to like, Dylan, this is not a perfect Batman. And he's not someone that's just going to, like, oh my God, he turns a backflip and hits everybody. He gets beat down sometimes like that. And he's just about 1 year, 1.5 years into the job, like that, doing this. So he has some things like to work out. And I like that. And plus, I think, you'll like to kind of like the riddles, kind of like the somewhat like Jigsaw stuff like that. I think you'll like that, because even mine like, wait a minute. All right, yeah, I got that. I like Dre. I'm gonna shut up nice second, but I don't know about 9 or even higher. Go ahead, Dre.
Right. I'm gonna start my opinion on it with this preface. I was not the biggest Christian Bale fan. To be quite honest, my ideal Batman, believe it or not, was Ben Affleck's take on it. That was my favorite.
I can respect
People say that.
Yeah, he was good in Batman v Superman, even though if that movie was bad.
Yeah, no. I like that take on Batman, because it was very, he wasn't like, he at that time, in that timeline, Robin was dead. He was very hard and grizzled.
It was like an
Dark
angry
Knight,
Batman.
Yes, like a Dark Knight Returns like esque Batman. Like, so I like that take, and I wanted to see it go other places. Christian Bale, his suit was his voice was.
That voice was getting on my nerves.
He drove a tank, not a Batmobile. Like,
like
overall, cool. I feel like his movies are more remembered for the
villains,
plot and the story itself, or the villains, or literally everything else other than Batman. Like, other than maybe Batman Begins. But everything else, people remember Joker and Bane a lot more than Batman, and what really his arc in the movies was like, what he was doing. So
I don't like you, Batman.
Hey, even Two-Face was not bad.
Yeah, Two-Face was great.
As far as I'm concerned on there. I think he gets kind of undervalued on there like that. And I'm telling you, he still looks pretty good even with that kind of CGI for back then. I'm just saying right now. Go ahead, Dre. Go ahead.
So going into Robert Pattinson's Batman, I was already like, man, I know this is about to be fire. The poster fire. The trailer looks amazing. I'm hype. I can't wait. Everybody doubting, talking about something. I don't know, Robert Pattinson. You know what I'm like, bro, Robert Pattinson been there, done that.
He's a good actor.
He's a great actor.
Stop doing that. Y'all stop that. He has come a long way since them days of Twilight. Stop it.
Yeah.
I hate it. So, it's me against the elements out here with all these haters. So when I see this movie and I see how immaculate, how just chef's kiss it is.
Yes.
I'm thinking myself, y'all, y'all literally cannot say anything. Y'all can't.
Dre, I totally agree. I was like, dang, man, I'm really enjoying this. That's why I'm saying it, man. I tell you, like, oh man, wait a minute, is it better than that? I kept on saying about comparing, because people usually do that like that.
Yeah.
And like you said, all those criticisms that you said about, like, the Bale Batman is my same criticism about that. Nothing really special about that Bruce Wayne, once again, with Bale, once again. Pattinson is like, kind of probably feels more a little bit relatable because, like, God, man, this got to be messing with my head. My parents are dead, and
He's like
that,
a really
you know?
tortured
And I'm-
individual, with I feel like
There
a lot
you
of the other
go.
Batmans.
And
As he should be.
Yes,
He should be like that.
right. He
Especially
should
in
be
his
messed
younger
up.
years.
Mhm.
He didn't know nothing about his family. His family got gunned down. He don't know nothing about him. He doesn't know that. He knows the city is messed up and he needs to do something, but he doesn't know all the inner machinations, all the inner workings, and especially what his parents had to do with that. So I feel like this is probably the best adaptation we've had of
Yes.
the Batman character at period of all time, other than Batman the animated series. This is the best
True.
adaptation.
Batman animated series gets a lot of love, and it deservingly so. So with that. And I mean, it took it to places where a cartoon could own, you know, I'm saying how far it could go. Like again, and I'm telling you that I'm glad that show gets a lot of love out here.
Can I just
Go ahead, Dylan.
real quick do a tangent?
No.
This is why I love animation, because Batman, the animated series, and Into the Spider-Verse, they can do things with these characters that live action can try to do but can't achieve. Animation just has infinite potential, and that's why I will not hear a bad word against just animation in general.
No.
Please continue talking about Batman.
No, but I'm telling you, if you go back to some of those Batman fight scenes in the animated series, he lays people out. Like I said, there's no blood, you know, but there's like people going through walls and broken over tables, you know, like that, you know. So there's some pretty good action scenes, and there's some pretty good like reflective scenes too about like if he's doing right too as well. So like that. So Dre is so right. It's kind of like matches up more with that, and that's what I think most Batman series. Smart Batman people like Dre and Cameron, like again, would want like again on that in the Batman. So what
I'm
do you
not
think,
a smart
Cameron?
Batman person. Is that what you're saying?
No. Just because we saw it, that's what I'm saying. Just because we saw that, like again, I think once you see it, like again, I think you're gonna be. I would think if we'll follow up, like again, once you see it, even if it's a short kind of like, you know, like I can see your reaction, like saying everything, like let us know. So Cameron, you're. You know, there's no way you can say like, oh, don't be wrong on this one.
Yeah, I loved it. It's incredible. I think it's probably the best superhero movie of all time. I'm gonna go that far with it. It is so good. Robert Pattinson, incredible. Zoe Kravitz as Catwoman is so good. She's phenomenal. Paul Dano is great as the Riddler. I love how like there's a lot of really good action in this, but it doesn't feel like an action movie. It is more of this like really like noir detective story, which it absolutely nails.
Yeah, the action doesn't feel like Fast and Furious kind of fight scenes like that. Right, it's not I feel like Dre could be this Batman. You know, like that. You know, like that. You know, if he trained himself, he could go in there like that. You know, sometimes he might get hit like again like that. But if he trained himself and kind of suited himself up and everything, he could do this. There's nothing like kind of super that, and that's what he's supposed to be.
He just felt like a normal dude.
Right, and
he's supposed to be a normal dude. Like,
right, and like, you know, but he, you know, again, he's training, he's kind of smart, he's got these contraptions and things of that nature like that, you know, that help him out. But I tell you the truth though, he was, I mean, probably, you know, he kind of saw. I mean, he beats down some people. I mean, they don't show it like
vicious.
He really like, you know, again,
he messes dudes up.
Yeah, he does. Like say, I'll just say that right now. So you know,
dude,
and Dylan, it's not that explicit. It's not like a head turn or something like that, but he does say like, dang.
Like, there's some parts where it's like,
go back and you see like, oh my God, you know, like that, you know, because you feel like he said, this is for my mom, this is for my dad, you know, like that, no matter who it is, you know. So I just love that opening scene where you know the Batman's in the city now. You know what I mean? So if you're doing something wrong, you know, he don't have to be there. I just love that.
No, he could be
record.
Yeah, he could be in the shadows.
Right.
Yeah.
That's the thing, and it really messed people up. Like again, that opening scene on there like that, you know. And I thought that was genius. And like I said, Riddler. Good God, what you call is the Penguin? You couldn't even recognize.
Oh yeah, Colin Farrell's the Penguin. He's so funny. Like,
I can't wait to see the series now.
On him are incredible. Like it does not look like him at all.
No, but I can't wait to see the series now. But I do. Only thing I ever heard about the series, I wish they would never just say, well, the Batman was just here, and just left.
Yeah.
They need to put some Batman in like one or two of those, like, programs at least like that. Even if he just, just briefly talking to Commissioner Gordon or something like that on there. So,
oh yeah, this Gordon.
Yeah. Oh my God, he was great. He was great.
I thought that's what they always supposed to be, Dylan, is kind of partners and not like, again, always question. And then plus he's kind of central and kind of like they're both solving things.
Yeah.
They're both solving things on here at this time. And again, Zoe Kravitz was good, and I'm glad they didn't try to like, I'm glad she didn't go meow like that, meow or something like that. It's not it's someone that probably could be a realistic vigilante too. Once again on there, and always maybe like, oh, is she good or is she bad, or she just kind of makes sure that she's trying to get her own justice, and she's not like has that, because still you've seen this Batman has that code in a way, like again in this way, and he tried to restrain her. Loved it, like again everything like that on that way. And Dylan, I think you're really gonna like it too. Like again, especially again figuring out the kind of puzzles and how Batman was doing it, the detective work, and kind of siding like, well, Riddler has a lot of good points here. Just like with Joker too as well. So very good, very good. Any other movies that like I threw out some more like that you guys want to show? Did anybody see Uncharted?
I saw Uncharted.
Ew, no.
I thought it wasn't very good.
There you go. Let's just move on about that then.
Yeah.
I tell you one thing that I was very disappointed in. God, man, and I hate to, I tuned it off when they had the kids on the Vespas. It's Boba Fett. I was pretty.
I want to say disappointing. That was disappointing. I'm sure I had no hope. Boba Fett.
Yeah.
Oh,
Boba Fett was a non-entity in his own show.
Yeah, I just watched the first episode. I was like, this is not going to be good, and I just feel like I made the right decision there.
You really playing second fiddle in your own show? That is,
it's not even about Boba Fett, really. And plus, and again, he's like, you're supposed to be Boba Fett, the man, because when he now, God, man, he's tearing up my Empire Strikes Back. Like, you know what I mean? Because no, he's messing with that a little bit because, like, dude, you're not as bad as as again, because of that series now, like that, and I don't get it. Mandalorian, he was beating up folks, really bad.
Yeah. Mandalorian,
he was whooping fools. Yeah.
Right. And now he's just like, oh, maybe I should do this. Let me help out the sand people. Like again, everything got to go through all this dancing with wolves, like journey with them. So you're right, Dre. I was very disappointed in me. But I tell you what, Obi-Wan Kenobi.
They can't mess that up. They literally
the trailer was awesome. Love Duel of the Fates, but like I don't know. I feel like I don't want to be disappointed, so I'm just not excited for it.
I got you. I know what you're trying to say. You're trying to keep it like even kill. They say Darth Vader is gonna be in there.
Yeah,
like that. So
as they should.
As Vader though, like again, not as Hayden Christian. They might do some flashbacks. So you got to think though, if that's the case, they might have James Earl Jones' voice, right?
Right.
You're not gonna have Hayden Christensen's voice doing a Vader mask. So. But I'm hoping that's going to be a little bit more, what can I say, like
good?
Yeah.
What about Moon Knight?
I hope Moon Knight's good.
Moon Knight looks interesting.
Yeah.
I tell you this right now. I tell you this right now. It's something like maybe I have to like, keep up with and start saying like, oh, this is corny. Like that. It looks kind of like it does look interesting to me, like in here. So I will try to check it out.
Did you guys watch Peacemaker?
Yes. I did.
Did you like? Oh, I love Peacemaker.
I love Peacemaker. I love Vigilante.
He was great.
I thought he was going to be. Dre, did you watch it?
Yeah, I did. I love it.
I thought Vigilante at first, he's going to be one of the, hey, I want to learn too. And he was going to be a bumbling fool.
But he's like, he's insane.
Right, like that. The thing I don't understand is this: if they can make this CGI eagle as believable, why does everybody make other like CGI so crap? Like, don't you? I just don't understand that. Like, again, everything stuff, but
they don't want to spend money.
Yeah,
that was probably a lot of money just making the eagle. But I'm telling you,
I thought John Cena was great because if this was like the first time, I was like, John Cena is like actually acting in this. And this like the dramatic scenes he does, like with his whole thing with like his father, it's just so emotional and vulnerable. And it's like this guy could really act.
Yeah, no.
His father did not let up. I thought
Nope.
maybe
Yeah.
sometime, you know what? Maybe I
Man,
should
all
question my,
gas, no
Yeah,
break.
that was insane.
No,
That episode was insane.
you are a failure. And I love that. I thought they were going, maybe I was too hard on you. Like, you're
Like,
such
no,
a
yeah, he's
disappointment.
just this horrible new Nazi
Horrible.
villain.
Horrible.
Awful, like, yeah,
He's the-
irredeemable man.
He's the absolute worst. And it doesn't let up. You think, he's going to have a reflective moment like that.
Nah.
They double down.
I love that like that, so I don't know. Yeah.
This was a game. Nah.
Yeah. I like Suicide Squad too. Me and Dylan was going to watch it.
Yeah, I thought the Suicide
More into
Squad movie was
Suicide
great.
Squad.
Yeah.
The only R-rated movie I've seen, maybe the only one I'll ever see. Spectacular. Loved it. Starro in a movie. All the characters were so cool. The humor was on point. Loved the killing everyone off at the beginning.
God,
Beautiful.
yeah, the beginning of the Suicide Squad was so funny.
I told somebody this the other day. I was like, I know Kanye West puts that scene of Pete Davidson dying
Getting his face
on
blown
repeat
off.
every night
On a
before he
loop,
goes
on a
to
loop.
sleep.
I can't believe.
I know he does.
Oh
Okay.
my God, that's so
I'm gonna have to
funny.
go now. I have to go to work.
Well, you know what? Well, okay, I like that narrative. We're probably going to be right. Go ahead, Cameron. We're going to just say,
Bye,
all right,
guys.
we got you now. See you, Cameron, like that. So, no, but I think, is there anything else, Dylan or Dre, that you guys saw? We'll kind of wrap things up too, like that. But I think we kind of, I'm glad that we actually was able to go through so many movies because it's been a while like that in this way. I can't think of anything else that I kind of.
Have you guys seen Encanto?
No, but it looks good.
I have seen it. I've seen it. It's not bad. It's not bad at all.
Not bad.
It's not bad because I've been saying this for a couple of days now, and I just want to see, like, not to even spit no hot takes. I just think Pixar sort of fell off over the course of the year. So it's like whatever they put out, I'm not really excited for anymore, because back in, like, when I was a kid growing up, Pixar had no misses. And then they had one miss, and then everything ever since then it's just been a hit or miss.
Underwhelming, like Soul. You thought that was underwhelming? That's
Soul wasn't really underwhelming. It was just more so like it had the themes of a Pixar movie, and it took a different direction, because Pixar, generally stays in this safe, this is like, an inanimate object we brought to life sort of thing, versus, this is a person when we're exploring this person's different aspects in life. I like Soul because it was different, purely different. Yeah. Now, as far as but other movies like Luca or like Onward or like, or Encanto, like, it's just like the last good Pixar movie that, again, like dang near made me cry was Coco.
Man, Coco was great.
What about Inside Out?
Nah, it just
Inside Out was not. I was kind of a little bit. Boy, I don't want to.
That one is overhyped to me. I don't understand the hype behind it. Like everybody talking about Inside Out. Like it's not Incredibles. It's not a Cars. It's not a Toy Story. It's not an Ant or not Ant Bully, but not a Bug's Life. It's not. It's not those. So I don't see why it's not even close to those. So I don't see why Inside Out gets all the praise it gets. I feel like it's more so people thought that was a return to form, but it was just like, I
wanted to like it more. Go ahead.
I think Encanto was the them coming back into it. I feel like Encanto was amazing. The best Pixar movie we've definitely had in a while, since Coco for sure, or Inside Out, whichever one came last. Anyways, point is, I think Encanto is spectacular. The songs are amazing. The characters of everyone in the family, the dynamics of the family, and how, like, you can find something to like or understand about every single member of the family is just amazing. You're
gonna make me want to watch it, because I've seen like a couple of clips. I'm like, dang, after like looking at it again.
You just went black on my screen. Is he black on your screen, Gray?
Yeah, he's black on my screen too.
Yeah, I saw that and everything like that. So I think it's my. There we go. So I thought that it makes me want to see it now. Plus, it got your like, and Dre got a good analysis. Probably like the last. I think I agree with you. Your last kind of like Pixar stuff like that on here. So I can't.
So a one and done movie for me. I don't plan to. It's not something I rewatch. Like, it was like good for the one time, But after that, it's I don't plan to rewatch that. Like it's not a Finding Nemo or anything. It doesn't have the replay value like old Pixar movies do. Like a lot of them after 2000, like basically, yeah, after like 2018 or 2017 and onward, they don't have the replay value like they used to. So it's just if I see Onward, it'll be like, oh wow, that was good while I was in the theater. And like, oh, Luca was good while I was watching it that one time on Disney Plus because I had nothing to do. Like it just ties me over till they hit another great movie. But
and I really disagree. I think Encanto is that great movie. I think I'd give it an 8.5 out of 10.
Wow.
I really liked Encanto.
Wow, that's gonna make me want to really take a look because I am for sure. Dre, what do you think you're most looking forward to? Doctor Strange, Thor, the Jurassic Park?
I lost hope. I lost hope for Jurassic Park.
Yeah, I'm not looking. It's gonna make a mess of. It's gonna make a mess of money, but I'm not looking forward to that. And plus, I don't understand the premise that the dinosaurs cannot have to just be roaming wild. Why can't you do something about it? I think
that right.
The technology to do something about it. You don't have to kill them all, but I would think there would be some kind of major way to I don't know. And how can they disappear? Into the woods.
Shoot, I would just shoot them into space and call it a day. I don't care what they do after that.
No, but you would think you'd have something. How are they going to explain where they can just run wild?
I don't know, but when I saw the trailer, all I saw was cash grab written all over it. They were bringing
cash grab.
stars. They were bringing
$1 billion.
I was like, "Are you serious right now? This is nothing." But they literally are making this movie out of straight obligation and money. They say, "Yo, we bring back these people."
They brought back the stars. It's going to be $1 billion. It's going to be $1 billion.
Like, oh my god!
It's going no matter what the quality is of the movie. Again, on it, I mean, the special effects are going to probably be really good. On that, but it's going to be $1 billion. Again, matter of fact, I'm always like, it's almost like you get. Oh God, here we go again. You can almost cut it off and put the just the dinosaurs themselves on there.
Right.
As far as I'm concerned. On that,
they're doing some real Transformers looking things with this franchise, but it's okay.
Yeah, it is, and they don't want to say that, but that's exactly what it is. You're right. So that I'm kind of looking forward to Strange, man.
Strange is probably the only thing I feel like a lot. Well, not the only thing, but the main thing I'm looking forward to is Strange, Black Adam 2, and
Black Adam. Oh, sorry.
Yeah. Well, again, look like The Rock. I don't know what he's at. His arms are just ridiculous now.
Rock is looking slow. That's the only dude I think I could come across in real life where I would literally not say nothing to. You too slow, man. I could talk junk to a lot of celebrities. That's one of them I can't do that to.
No. I'd be
see that arm. I said, I'm good.
I was looking at the Super Bowl. I was like, is that CGI? Seriously,
right?
I was thinking, was that CGI? That's what I was just saying, like that on there. So, but Strange, it's got some interesting premises in there. I am not worried about all the little cameos. I know they're going to be, throwing that.
The Illuminati is going to be in this movie. I'm calling it right now. Calling it right now. They got to be in it. We know, and then you got Patrick Stewart over here trying to lie in interviews, talking about what you talking about? I ain't in the movie. Yes, you are. Stop lying. Andrew said the same thing. What he do in the movie? Tell me what he do in the movie. We know you in the movie. We saw the chairs. We know you in it.
Yeah, he's definitely in there, and it's kind of nice is that Illuminati in there. Like I say, even escorted by those Ultrons and stuff. So this movie can't really miss either like that. So I don't think so at all. But that's the one I'm looking forward to. You right there. I just mentioned that again. So anybody want to see Avatar?
No.
See,
okay, all right. I don't want to, but it's going to make a lot of money. I know everybody hates on it like that, but it's going to make a lot of money.
It's not even hate. It's just that you know how many years we waited. Like, come on. I mean, I've waited for albums as long as I've waited for this movie, but I'd sooner wait for the album more than this movie. It's not that pressing to me. When I saw Avatar the first time, I was a little kid, but the effects were it was cool or whatever, but the premise and the story I was not interested in. I wasn't interested in the blue people. I wasn't interested in colonization. I wasn't it was okay. So for them to say, oh, we got a sequel coming and you didn't put it out a good 3 or at least 4 years later, yeah, nah, you lost me. I'm not waiting a whole decade for a sequel that I wasn't even sure was gonna happen.
I think people will start saying like, they'll do something like they want to see the special effects of the day. And I think Cameron will do something, amp it up a little bit. So like that. Yeah, I'm not interested. But it's gonna make $1 billion probably.
I'm interested. I really like the first one. I'm excited to see a sequel.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. And again, I can see that, but I don't think I am kind of interested to see Black Adam because again, a role that's probably fit for The Rock. I say.
Oh yeah, that's perfect for him.
And I think they just pushed back Aquaman to Flash, and I think the Flash I was kind of interested in for sure. I'd say
Aquaman 2 I wasn't interested in. Flash I was interested. I am interested in, but right. Aquaman because my man's was hyping up the first one when we went to see it. He was like, "Yo, man, Aquaman was better than Wonder Woman. It's better than this, that, and the third." I'm like, "Are you serious right now?" It was an average movie. It wasn't even that good. Like, what? It wasn't even that good. It was average, just like the Snyder Cut.
Snyder Cut was average, but I did like the Aquaman. It's just fun. Probably I put Aquaman kind of like Black Widow. I can understand why people don't like it, but I enjoyed it like that. I can definitely understand your feelings about that. So I feel like, are we missing any moving? Dylan, is there anything that you're kind of anticipating? And we'll get out of it.
I can't think of anything else that you guys haven't already covered.
Okay. All right. Well, again, we'll bring up. Again, maybe we'll like this again. So maybe we'll do a summertime review or something like that, and everything like that. See what we've kind of seen, maybe mid-July or something like that, so like that, and then see if you've seen the Batman. So cool. I love doing this, man. This is really good. Dre, you're incorrect again, but no, you're correct on a lot of stuff. Dylan, you're always on point, again, so like that, And Dre is very cerebral too. He likes to, we can sit around and see people do dialogue, but hang on, but definitely can't see. I don't know, Doom, underwhelming. Sorry, Dylan. Sorry on that, but anyway, so. All right, fellas, it's always great doing this. I enjoy it so much. I like saying everything. I love hearing your opinions. All right.
Likewise.
All right. Your camera says it's done, so
I know. I don't know what's going on. All right, see you.